What's up? Currently 4:54 p.m. I'm Mr. Minix Vlog, and I will see you soon. Bye!
Hey, I'm gonna do some rearranging, obviously. Why did we rearrange together for so good?
Headed south, as they say.
I'm gonna take some of these off, rearrange them. I think I might put some more on here.
Had pretty much run everybody ragged, and then we did Raleigh on August 18th, and it was a sellout.
Oh, hey.
Raleigh, North Carolina was a sellout the month after we had done pretty much a sellout at higher prices for the Great American
W's budget. And then that's right around the time also that was the situation that Turner Home Entertainment kept all of the pay-per-view money up until that point. It didn't actually go to WCW, it went to Turner Home Entertainment.
Don't quote me on that specific thing, but the gist of it was that WCW did not get credit for all the ancillary revenue that it brought in. It made big money in wrestling.
Been working on.
We got fucked. We never made the money we should have. Well, they might not have made
Fix
the money
that,
we should have,
but
they still made a lot of
I
money.
still got a bunch more to go. And
Guys that probably
I'm
didn't
getting
make a
those
lot of
printed
money.
tomorrow, so let's pick them up for Saturday.
There's no way to judge. It's like,
so I'm going to show you
in that case, ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure
my
to
completed
introduce
wall
our guest on
almost.
the
I
experience
still
this
have a
week.
couple more things
He's
to
a
put
tag
up.
team
I'm
legend.
actually
He's a
getting
wrestling
more
legend.
to
As
put
a
on the
matter of fact,
wall
besides
there
being
on that
49
side.
for 30-something
So
odd years,
this is what I've
his
got right
name
now.
has entered the wrestling lexicon. Whenever somebody is praising the selling of a wrestler, they say, in the locker rooms at least, around the
So my wall turned out really well, and I'm very happy. I still have, I still have a bunch of stuff I have to put up, but I'm going to be printing out more, so that empty ass wall behind me and like the rest of that will be full. Maybe I can put my garland up on my wall. We'll see, I guess. And yeah, because I'm going to be prepping my room for Christmas. I'm going to attempt Vlogmas again this year, but I'm not sure I'll be able to finish it. Should be interesting. Hey guys, what's up? I'm going to bed, but first I'm going to have an applesauce because I'm hungry and I haven't eaten much today. But I'm down 2.9, so.
Raleigh County Armory had sold out.
What's up? That's all. I'm the only one here right now. Coming. Lunchtime, 0 points. And oh, by the way, I'm home. Just got a shower. I'm probably gonna style my hair. Put my oil in, but it looks like rough AF. So I'm gonna brush my teeth too. This top is from a movie, but I don't have pants on, so I would show you the full thing, but I don't have pants on. Sorry. Be right back. Show you the outfit today. This is from Old Navy. Old Navy. Actually, just a sec. These are actually supposed to have tassels, but I rolled them up because I don't like the tasseling part. I find it disgusting. And then I'm going to pair it with my black boots that I wore to grad. So, gotta do my hair and a little bit of the highlight or something. Maybe. Wait. Oh, and I should.
Way to know. So, I get a little I guess, frustrated with the guys now that just as it meant Australia. Let's have a match in Australia, and by Monday Night Raw, we'll all be back for the show there. I mean, it's incredible. Let's go to Saudi Arabia. Okay, yeah, let's do that. Nothing like that existed back then, transportation-wise or information-wise.
We're talking about Mid-South Wrestling and Tri-State Wrestling, but of course, another interesting thing that happened that you had a front row seat for was the Culkins. George and Gil Culkin breaking off from Tri-State Wrestling and forming their own organization, International Championship Wrestling, in 1977. What do you remember about all that?
Gil is still my friend on Facebook, and he's living on the Gulf Coast in Mississippi now. And, boy, I don't know where or why the Culkins ever got the idea to start a wrestling promotion. I know Jim on the campus of Jackson State University, which I'll tell you two things about that. Number one, it was absolutely a predominantly African-American college, still is, but in those days it was really predominantly African-American, and also a school that offered me a full-ride scholarship back in those days when I graduated high school. For my music, I didn't get to go, but still I had that. I kind of pointed that out as the dichotomy of everything. Predominantly African-American school. Bill Watts used it to have wrestling. Bill would probably seat 3,000 people, but I saw Dusty Rhodes in that building, and several other the bigger names, and a whole schedule of Mid-South talent would come there, but they couldn't get the Coliseum, and there was no legitimate second choice. I believe if you'd have cleared out a grocery store and set up a ring, I believe they'd have gone there and tried to have wrestling. You're trying to educate the people where to go. You ask them to go to a B facility. And I remember specifically one night, Dr. X is doing an interview on International Championship Wrestling, and he really irate. He says, "Those people have called my name." And I'm thinking, yeah, but what difference does it make? Jim, I don't know who you are.
How did you get started as a ring announcer?
I don't even remember how I got started, but I was in the radio business at the time, and I had a radio station in Jackson, Mississippi, an AM station, just a little 1,000-watt AM station. Of course, that's all we used to sign off at night, too. All the radio stations did. All the TV stations signed off. We used to play the national anthem every night and go home till 6 o'clock the next morning. That doesn't happen anymore at any level. If you got a small 1,000-watt radio station, now you either stay on 24 hours a day, or you're one of those low-power guys who has to sign off so the 50,000 watters can get in at night from Cincinnati and all around the country, Chicago. But Jack Curtis Jr. was the guy that thank you for being a friend. I mean, I'll never forget it. He almost cried. And like I said, we weren't big buddies, but we were good enough friends that on Wednesday night when we had wrestling, oh boy, we were the only two there. He'd be back behind the curtain, and I had access behind the curtain as the ring announcer, and the police had access back there, of course, but nobody, just 7,500 people here, and nobody else can go back there. That kind of breeds a certain kind of friendship that, I don't know how to describe it. It just, it's like we're running the show here. We're not running the show, but in a sense, we felt that way.
And what was the relationship between Jack and the Culkins? Because obviously he's running against
anything
them.
going on, and I mean that in a good way. I don't mean that in a bad way. It's just they're movers and shakers, and I would describe Katsaboulis as a mover and a shaker. I say this with all respect because I may be wrong. It'd be hard for me to believe he could still be alive, but Bill is. So, did you see him at the shows? Did he attend shows in Jackson? Well, yeah, but from time to time, you'd see everybody at the shows. I saw Jerry Clower at a show with his family one night. Never saw him at a show before or after. Oh, yeah, of course, Jerry. That's how I used to call his name. But he loved wrestling, but he couldn't come to the shows because he'd just be swamped with people won't talk to him. But he did get second row seats one night, and I say this with a tongue-in-cheek and a wink, right behind me. It's very possible Katz could have been there, and he's the kind of guy that everybody sees, but when it's over, nobody remembers.
So as I was saying before, I was so rudely cut off. Anyway, it's currently 8:48 p.m. I'm home, and I will show you the updates to my room. Almost fell off my bed. I put up some garland, more twinkly lights, because the other set the battery pack, like one of the springs fell out. I guess I kept hitting it too hard or something. And I did some tweaks over there, put more garland up. Actually, that's still the same. I have pictures there too. And I'm actually going to pick up more tomorrow. I have them ordered and paid for. So, yeah, I'm gonna go pick up more from Wally Mart. And so basically what I'm trying to say is I'm ending my vlog. Bye. So I got cut off again because I forgot to go down instead of, I went sideways instead of down. But anyway, yeah, I will show you what is about to happen. Because this wall right here and this wall, hopefully, because I have ones that are left still from here, I will be transforming them into a beautiful masterpiece, and I am so excited because I cannot wait to organize my room. And then officially, when I get my Christmas tree up and stuff, I will do a room tour. Because it's been friggin' since May, since I moved in. And all of a sudden, my bedroom is now finally coming together. It took long enough. But anywho, I'm going to get ready for bed because I have to get up for school in the morning. And that kind of sucks. But whatever. I'm over it. I'm clearly over it. Anyway.